I told you to eat in the restroom if you're useless. What are you doing here? Mike Miller, the HR director, spat at the new employee, Maria Taylor. Tears welled up in Maria's eyes, and she quickly looked down. I watched this scene from the corner of the hallway near the restroom. I'm James Johnson, 45 years old. I'm the CEO of this company. I just returned to the New York headquarters from overseas after 5 years, and no one has recognized me yet. Hey, what are you doing? I called out to Mike. Oh, who are you? A newbie? No, I'm not. I'm Johnson, the CEO. Mike's face turned pale. What, CEO? No way. That's right. I just got back after 5 years. So, what was that comment just now? Mike hastily began to make excuses. No, this is part of the training for new employees. Training? How is making someone eat in the restroom considered training? I couldn't contain my anger and raised my voice. Misaki, is it? Please come here. I gently spoke to Maria, who approached fearfully. Maria, how did you come to join our company? Yes, I studied computer science in college and applied through your innovation recruitment program. It was a tough exam, but I managed to pass. I see. And how have you been treated since joining? After hesitating, Maria answered in a small voice. Actually, it's been 2 months since I joined, but I haven't been assigned any programming work yet. I've been doing miscellaneous tasks every day, and today I was told to eat lunch in the restroom. Anger threatened to explode within me. I turned back to Mike and asked sternly, Mike, explain, why is an employee hired through the innovation program being treated like this? Mike started making excuses. No, there's a reason for this. New employees lack social skills, so they need tough training first. Training? How is trampling on someone's dignity considered training? Maria, please gather your belongings and come to my office immediately. Let's have lunch there. A look of surprise appeared on Maria's face. Really, is that all right? Of course, and starting this afternoon, you will be transferred to a department where you can fully utilize your skills. But sir, that's so sudden. Mike, gather all employees in the conference room immediately. I have a major announcement to make. Mike nodded slightly, his face pale. Maria, let's go. Your talent will be properly appreciated and utilized. That's what this company should be. Tears glistened in Maria's eyes. But this time, they were tears of hope. I will return this company to a place where every employee is respected and can showcase their talents. That's my mission upon returning after 5 years. My name is James Johnson, 45 years old, founder and CEO of Tech Innovation Inc. 15 years ago, when I was working as an engineer at a major company, I felt uncomfortable with the old-fashioned system of judging people solely by their academic background and career history. Seeing young people with talent not given opportunities just because they didn't follow the traditional path. My desire to create a company where everyone could maximize their abilities grew stronger every day. That's why, along with like-minded colleagues, I founded Tech Innovation. We embraced a policy of no academic requirements and a meritocracy, actively hiring self-taught programmers and career changers from different industries. As a result, we fostered a culture rich in creativity and became a notable presence in the industry. 5 years ago, I moved to America to expand our overseas business and worked hard to develop new markets. During this time, I entrusted the management of the US headquarters to our Vice President, Wilson, never imagining the situation would become like this. While abroad, I was exposed to the cutting-edge corporate culture of Silicon Valley and its emphasis on diversity, reaffirming the correctness of our company's principles. At the same time, I keenly felt the backwardness of American corporate culture. Upon returning, I went straight from the airport to the headquarters, slipping quietly into the company to avoid being noticed by the employees. What I saw was a company distorted beyond my imagination. The founding principles were overshadowed by old-fashioned practices of academic elitism and seniority. Mike Miller, the HR director in particular, was excessively tyrannical. Anger and a strong sense of mission welled up within me. This company, no, American corporate culture must be changed. We must rebuild a place where all talented young people can freely spread their wings. With that resolve, I began preparing for a major company reform. Utilizing the international perspective and experience gained over the past 5 years, I will transform tech innovation into a truly innovative company. That is my responsibility as the founder. The emergency meeting with all employees began. The conference room was filled with tension. I stood on the stage and began to speak quietly but firmly. Ladies and gentlemen, I deeply regret that our company's principles have been severely distorted during my 5-year absence. The room buzzed. I could see Mike Miller's face turning pale. Today, I witnessed Maria Taylor, a new employee, being ordered to eat lunch in the restroom. This is an act that tramples on human dignity. There was a gasp from the audience. Voices of surprise spread among the employees. Upon further investigation, I found that many young employees hired through the innovation program are not being allowed to utilize their talents at all. This goes against our company's principles and is absolutely unacceptable. I took a breath and stared at Mike. Mike Miller, come up to the stage. With trembling legs, Mike stepped onto the stage. Mike, how do you intend to explain this situation? No, this is part of the training for new employees, to teach them the basics of being a professional. Training? Basics. How is bullying someone training? How is crushing the potential of talented young people teaching basics? My voice echoed through the conference room. Mike was at a loss for words and just stood there. Mike, you are immediately relieved of your position as HR director. For the next month, you will do the same work as new employees. During this time, I want you to relearn the true principles of our company. Mike's face turned pale. The audience was shocked. And to all employees, I announce this. From today, this company will be reborn. A company where people are evaluated based on their pure ability and passion, not their academic background or age. A company where all employees can freely express their creativity. That is the true vision of tech innovation. A small round of applause started and gradually grew louder. The eyes of the younger employees began to shine. The specifics of the reform plan will be announced later. In the meantime, any employee who has been treated unfairly should come directly to me. I will listen to all complaints and take appropriate action. The meeting ended, and Mike left the conference room with slumped shoulders. His back showed signs of anger and humiliation. However, this is just the beginning. The resistance from executives with old-fashioned mindsets will only grow stronger from here. In my heart, I prepared for the difficult battle that was about to begin. A week had passed since the emergency meeting. I was deeply involved in creating a new personnel system. It was a system to fairly evaluate employees' abilities and assign them to the right positions. That afternoon, Vice President Wilson visited my office. President Johnson, do you have a moment? Wilson, what's the matter? Wilson's expression was tense, clearly struggling to say something. Actually, concerning Mike, some members of the board have raised concerns. Oh, what kind of concerns? Yes, there are opinions that Mike's sudden demotion might have been too harsh. Considering his long years of service, they think a more gentle approach could have been taken. I frowned. Years of service, bullying employees, and stifling the potential of talented young people is considered an achievement. Well, of course, that's a problem, but Mike had his own reasons. Reasons? What kind of excuse justifies trampling on someone's dignity? Wilson was at a loss for words. Wilson, I entrusted the company to you as vice president during my 5-year absence. Why did you allow this situation to persist? I'm sorry, I should have noticed, but the performance was good. Performance? Do you think it's acceptable to abandon the company's principles for short-term numbers? Wilson turned red and looked down. All right, gather all the board members immediately. Wilson hurriedly left the room. I let out a deep sigh and looked out the window. The future of the company is at stake. This issue must be resolved fundamentally. 1 hour later, an emergency board meeting was held. As I entered the conference room, the atmosphere was tense. The eyes of the shrewd board members were assessing me. Gentlemen, I understand you have opinions about Mike's punishment. One of the older board members, Anderson, spoke up. President Johnson, I believe Mike's punishment is too severe. He has been a dedicated supporter of our HR for many years. A dedicated supporter, a man who bullies employees and stifles talent. Another board member, Thomas, spoke. But sir, abrupt changes can destabilize the company. Our customers and partners have long-standing trust in us. Losing an experienced employee like Mike could affect these relationships. I took a deep breath and began to speak quietly but firmly. Gentlemen, why does our company exist? Is it for short-term profits or to change the world with innovative ideas? The conference room fell silent. Mike's actions fundamentally deny our company's principles. If we allow someone like him to go unchecked, we'll never attract true talent again. And what about you? Why did you tolerate this situation for the past 5 years? Do you believe anything is permissible as long as we make a profit? The board members looked down. However, a young board member, Brown, spoke up. President Johnson is right. I have also questioned this situation for many years, but no one had the courage to speak up. Thank you, Brown. I'm glad we have someone who thinks like you. However, Anderson counted again. But President Johnson, while Mike's methods were problematic, he has years of experience. Isn't there a way to utilize that experience, perhaps through re-education instead of outright dismissal? Anderson, experience is indeed valuable. But what if that experience is used in the wrong way? It could be more harmful than helpful. Even so, President, disregarding veteran employees like Mike could affect the morale of other staff members. It's the opposite, Thomas. It's far more damaging to morale when talented young employees are mistreated and their potential is crushed. A heavy atmosphere filled the conference room. The faces of the old guard board members showed anger, but the eyes of the younger board members were shining. Gentlemen, from today, we will eliminate the old ways. Those who can't follow this will have to leave the management team. This is the final warning. But President Johnson, isn't that dictatorial? Dictatorial? No. This is reform. Necessary reform based on our company's principles. I support the President's opinion. If we continue like this, we will lose truly talented people. Thank you, Brown. Does anyone else have any opinions? The conference room was enveloped in silence. The board members looked at each other, seemingly having made a decision. All right, let's put it to a vote. Those in favor of my proposal to maintain Mike's punishment and proceed with further reforms, raise your hand. Slowly but surely, hands went up. In the end, a majority of the board members expressed their agreement. It's decided. Starting tomorrow, we will begin drafting new reform plans. We will build an organization that maximizes every employee's potential and fosters true innovation. The meeting ended, and the board members left the room. Wilson, the last to leave, approached me. President, I apologize as well. From now on, I will fully support the reforms. Thank you, Wilson. We need your strength too. After Wilson left, I gazed out the window. The evening sky seemed to herald the dawn of a new era. I understand the ripple effects this decision will cause. But there's no turning back. The future of the company and the talented young people depend on it. I renewed my resolve, bracing myself for the battle starting tomorrow. 2 weeks had passed since the final warning at the board meeting. The company's reforms were steadily progressing, but the resistance from the old guard was intensifying. In the midst of this, I received a shocking report. President, we have a serious problem. We have information that former HR Director Mike is trying to steal our confidential information. What? Tell me more. Yes, it appears Mike is attempting to leak personal information of employees hired through the innovation program and details of our new projects to outside sources. I felt my blood boil. Do we have proof? Yes, the IT department detected suspicious data access. And upon investigation, it was found that large amounts of data were downloaded using Mike's account. Damn it, bring Mike to my office immediately. 30 minutes later, Mike was summoned to my office. His face was pale, and he was clearly agitated. Mike, I've been informed that you are attempting to leak our company's confidential information. What are you talking about? I would never. We have evidence. Suspicious data access has been detected from your account. Explain yourself. Mike was momentarily at a loss for words, but then a defiant look appeared on his face. So what? President Johnson, I can't stand by and watch your autocratic reforms destroy the company. What did you say? You are trying to dismantle what we've built over the years in an instant. I won't allow it. I'll use this information to stop your reckless actions. I try to remain calm, despite my anger. Mike, you don't understand. What we've built isn't about crushing employees' talents. It's about fostering innovation. Don't make me laugh. You can't run a company on such naive ideals. No, you're the one who's laughable. Do you realize how much talent has been wasted because of that mindset? Damn it. Mike, you have two choices. 1. Return all the information now and resign. 2. I report this to the police and take legal action. Which will it be? Mike turned pale. With trembling hands, he took out a USB drive and placed it on the desk. This is everything. I will never. Understood. Write your resignation letter immediately and never come near our company again. Mike left the room with slumped shoulders. His back was marked with the colors of defeat and humiliation. I let out a deep sigh. One obstacle had been removed, but the battle was far from over. In fact, the real fight was just beginning. To transform the company into a truly innovative organization, I renewed my resolve. A week after Mike's resignation, I announced the launch of an innovation contest, open to all employees. This contest would allow everyone, regardless of position or background, to freely propose ideas. Everyone, starting today, we will hold the innovation contest to create the future for the next month. Outstanding ideas will be immediately turned into projects, and the proposers will be appointed as leaders. The room buzzed with excitement. The eyes of the younger employees began to shine. Academic background, career history, and seniority are irrelevant. Ideas will be judged purely on their innovation and feasibility. Then, I made a surprising announcement. Furthermore, we will invite renowned venture capitalists and entrepreneurs from outside the company to serve as judges. Evaluations will be based on pure merit. This announcement visibly unsettled the old guard board members. 2 weeks after the contest began, we received an overwhelming number of entries, especially from young employees whose voices had previously been suppressed. One day, Maria Taylor visited my office. President, do you have a moment? Maria, what is it? Actually, I have a question about the project I submitted for the contest. Well, let's hear it. Maria began explaining nervously. Her proposal was to develop a platform using AI technology to support employment for people with disabilities. I was amazed by the innovative idea. This is a fantastic idea. Why are you hesitating? Well, the previous HR director told me not to think of such grand things. That's ridiculous. This is exactly the kind of innovation our company needs. Present it with confidence. Tears glistened in Maria's eyes. And Maria, if this project is accepted, I want you to lead it. What, me? But I still... It's all right. With your passion and ability, you can definitely do it. I will fully support you. With tears of gratitude in her eyes, Maria put her head down deeply. On the final day of the contest, a presentation was held with external judges. Maria's project won the grand prize. Other innovative ideas from young employees also received high praise. Gentlemen, as this result shows, our company has been harboring incredible talent. Starting today, we will immediately launch these projects. The room was filled with excitement and hope. The old guard board members couldn't hide their surprise at the young employees' progress. I felt a solid sense of assurance about our bright future. A month had passed since the success of the innovation contest. Projects like Maria Taylor's AI employment support platform had started, filling the company with energy. However, resistance from the old guard still persisted. One day, Vice President Wilson visited my office. President, we've received a complaint from Sonic Technology, one of our major clients. What is the complaint about? They say the approach of the new project team is significantly different from the past. They feel the young employees are too prominent and lack reliability. I frowned. This was a situation I had anticipated. Understood. I will contact President Jones of Sonic Technology directly. What are you talking about? I would never. That's why I need to explain it to him directly. We can't innovate if we fear change. True, but Sonic Technology accounts for 20% of our sales. Losing them would greatly impact our company's operations. I know. That's why it's crucial they understand the necessity of change. The next day, I visited Sonic Technology. As I waited in the reception room, President Jones entered. Hey, Johnson, it's been a while. Good to see you again, President Jones. Thank you for your time. Johnson, I'm puzzled by the recent changes in your company. Are you sure it's wise to put so many young people in the forefront? President Jones, the real problem was the old way of doing things, suppressing young talent and stifling innovation. But isn't it risky to entrust important projects to inexperienced young people? In our industry, years of experience and connections matter. Experience is important indeed. However, relying solely on it will not create new value. What we need for the future are the fresh perspectives of the younger generation and their understanding of the latest technologies. I understand the logic, but how exactly will things change? Let me explain the innovative solution our new team is proposing. I began to detail the predictive analytics system, utilizing AI and big data that the new team had proposed. This system had the potential to significantly improve Sonic Technology's production efficiency. With this system, we can predict production line issues in advance and optimize maintenance schedules. Additionally, by aligning with market trends, we can dramatically improve demand forecasting accuracy. President Jones's eyes began to light up. I see. This is indeed interesting, however, I'm still concerned. Implementing an unproven new system in our main factory is... Your concern is valid. How about this? We start with a small-scale test project and evaluate the results before full implementation. If it doesn't deliver, I will take full responsibility. You have that much confidence? Yes, I have complete faith in our young talents. After deep contemplation, President Jones slowly nodded. All right, under those conditions, I'll give the new team a chance. However, I want regular progress reports. Be aware that if any issues arise, the project may be stopped immediately. Thank you. We will deliver excellent results. Upon returning to the office, I immediately called a meeting with the new team. Gentlemen, the project with Sonic Technology is officially starting. This is your chance to showcase your abilities. Give it your all. Team leader Maria stepped forward. Thank you, President. We will definitely succeed. The young employee's eyes shone with determination. However, there is something you need to be mindful of. This project is not just about delivering a system. Building a relationship of trust with Sonic Technologies employees is also crucial. Listen earnestly to their concerns and work together to find solutions. Yes, understood. We will focus on both the technical aspects and building human relationships. Good. I have high expectations. Let's get started. A week after the project began, I received the first report from Maria. President, I visited the site at Sonic Technology. The resistance from the employees was stronger than I expected. Specifically, what kind of reactions did you get? Well, many said things like, "What do these youngsters know?" and "The current way is good enough." The resistance was particularly strong from mid-level employees. I see. They probably felt like their experience and knowledge were being dismissed. Yes, that's likely. What should we do? Maria, make sure to listen to their concerns and fears. Show them concretely how the new system will make their work easier and more efficient. Instead of turning them into enemies, make an effort to turn them into allies. Understood? I'll rethink our approach. The project continued to face various challenges. System malfunctions, data consistency issues, security concerns, and more problems surfaced one after another. However, the young team tackled each issue earnestly and resolved them one by one. 2 months after the project started, the test project results came in. President, the results are in. How did it go? The results exceeded expectations. Production efficiency improved by 15%. The defect rate decreased by 5%, and the reduction in downtime due to preventive maintenance is significant. Fantastic! What's Sonic Technologies' reaction? Yes, President Jones called me directly. He said it was an eye-opener. Great job, Maria. The efforts of your entire team have paid off. Thank you, however, there are still some challenges. What challenges? Yes, there is still room for improvement in the system's operation. Also, there are still some employees at Sonic Technology who are resistant to the changes. I see. It's not about seeking perfection, but about continuous improvement. That's the attitude we aim for. By addressing these challenges one by one, we can earn even more trust. Yes, we'll do our best. This success became a major topic in the industry. News of young-led innovation bearing fruit spread rapidly, and our company's reputation soared. A few days later, I received a direct call from President Jones. Johnson, you were right. I underestimated the power of the younger generation. Thank you. I appreciate that you trusted their potential and gave them a chance. No, I should be thanking you. Thanks to you, we realized our company also needs to change. Actually, we're thinking of starting a young talent development program similar to yours. Could you give us some advice? Of course, I'd be happy to help. Thank you. By the way, we've decided to fully implement the AI system. We're counting on you. Thank you. We will definitely meet your expectations. After hanging up the phone, I felt a deep sense of relief and joy. This success isn't just about one project's achievement. It could be a significant step in changing American corporate culture. That night, I called an emergency meeting with all employees. Gentlemen, I have great news. The project with Sonic Technology has been a great success, and full-scale implementation has been decided. A loud cheer erupted from the crowd. But this is not the end. It's just the beginning. We will use this success as a stepping stone to reach greater heights and transform Japan's IT industry. The employees' eyes were shining. I saw immense potential in them. And now, I want to call the members of the new team who achieved this success to the stage. Maria, everyone, please come forward. Maria and the other young employees, looking slightly embarrassed, stepped onto the stage. They are the ones who will lead the future of our company and Japan. Give them a big round of applause. The room was filled with thunderous applause. And from now on, I want all employees to follow these young leaders' example. Regardless of age or background, propose new ideas without fear and take on challenges. Our company will fully support such challenges. After the meeting, Maria approached me. President, thank you, but we still have a long way to go. Maria, have confidence. Your strength is the driving force that will change this company and Japan. Keep moving forward without fear. Yes, we will do our best. Late that night, while I was still working in the office, Wilson came to see me. President, the results were outstanding. I regret not trusting the younger employees sooner. Wilson, it's never too late. Now is the time. Use your experience to guide the younger generation. Yes, I will do anything I can to help. Thank you. Our role as veterans is to support the younger generation. Creating an environment where they can fully unleash their potential is our mission. Absolutely, I will be part of that effort. Looking out the window, the city lights shone brightly. Those lights seem to symbolize the bright future of our company and Japan. Wilson, we are still on our journey. We must not become complacent with this success. We must aim even higher. Yes, President. From now on, I will actively propose new ideas. That's right. If we combine your experience with the fresh ideas of the younger generation, we will create even greater innovations. In the following weeks, the company underwent significant changes. The confidence of the young employees grew, and new project proposals came in one after another.